Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. When it comes to our prayer life, perhaps one of the most easiest things to overlook is thanksgiving. Whenever we go to the Lord, typically we have something on our mind. We're bringing perhaps some type of issue or problem that's in our lives, or maybe we're bringing someone else's problems before you. Maybe we're burdened by something and we want to pray about that. And usually we want to just dive right in to whatever the issue is that we want to bring before the Lord. And maybe even overlook Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving is very important, not just for the benefit that it brings us, and it definitely does bring a lot of benefit because it reminds us of all of the wonderful things that God has given us. It can help us to go from a state of pessimism to optimism as we think about God's blessings in our lives. Maybe you're familiar with the old hymn, Count Your Blessings. Definitely has a way of lightening your step and helping you see the blue in the skies again and to have a more optimistic look on things. But we give Thanksgiving not just for that, but also because God highly values our thanksgiving. And we see that in both readings that we have today, both in our Old Testament reading and our New Testament reading. In our Old Testament reading in Psalm 50, here we have God talking to Israel and saying, look, I don't have an issue with your sacrifices so much. He says, I don't really need sacrifices in and of themselves. The whole earth belongs to me. You can't give me enough sacrifices to really satisfy what I want because I have everything. And he gets down to the heart of what he truly desires. And he says, offer to God a sacrifice of thanksgiving and pay your vows to the Most High. Call upon me in the day of trouble. I shall rescue you and you will honor me. And right there at the top of the list is the sacrifice of thanksgiving. Bulls and goats and all these other different birds and different sacrifices that Israel was offering up. One of the main sacrifices God wanted from them was the sacrifice of thanksgiving. That is, lifting up one's heart to the Lord and thanksgiving to Him for the wonderful things that He has brought into one's life. And that is still true today. The Lord still desires for us to offer up a sacrifice of thanksgiving to Him and to praise Him for that. Hebrews chapter 13 alludes to that. But in our New Testament reading, he also brings up thanksgiving. And in Romans chapter 1, what you have is Paul describing kind of the downward spiral morally of humanity. And he talks about how they should have known about God. It's evident to them both inwardly and outwardly. They should know that the Lord exists, but they chose not to hold on to that truth, but they exchanged the truth for a lie. And he says in verse 21, it says, for even though they knew God, they did not honor Him as God or give thanks, but they became futile in their speculations and their foolish heart was darkened. And then it goes down and just the bottom falls out morally with humanity. But it's interesting that it kind of starts back to not giving thanks. It says that they did not honor God or give thanks. And that was the beginning of it all. And so it shows that once a person begins to reject God in their hearts, they refuse to be thankful to God for the things that God has blessed them with, that can be a start down the wrong path and can end up in a very bad place. And so with all this, what we want to walk away with is just to remember that our God desires for us to offer Him up thanksgiving. To offer up the sacrifice of thanksgiving to Him and to honor Him and to show how much we appreciate everything that He's done for us. God has done so much for us, things that we probably don't even know about. Little things, little details in our lives that God perhaps has orchestrated that we completely don't know about. But he's working in our lives. He's helping us out. He's as Romans chapter 8:28 says, he's working all things out for our good. And we need to thank him for it and to praise him for it. And when we do that, we will find benefit from it. It will turn our minds around to begin to think about the good that we have in our lives instead of focusing on perhaps the things that are in our lives that are unpleasant. We can be reminded of the things that God has done that is good and wonderful, and we'll have those benefits. But above all that, to offer him up thanksgiving, because that's what he desires and that's what he loves. So with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. I hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.